Hey, what up, guys? Hope you're having a good day. Just dropping in here on the Neon Palms GTA RP. Got my character here, Nate Mercer. I'm at the logging site. It was brought to my attention. It's been a couple people asking on how to do the logging job itself. So just gonna give a kind of a quick overview and run through since I do this quite a bit. I was originally shown by another coworker, employee here, Draven. Shout out. But yeah, let me go over just kind of a quick overview for you. So you got to get, of course, to the work site, which is the lumber yard, and that's pretty way up north from the city. Here's your main city where everyone's shooting, blowing things up, gambling. Uh, way up north here, you'll find the lumber yard itself. So you can find that, set yourself a waypoint. It's called Lumberjack Job. When you arrive here, I usually just kind of park my car. I call it the employee parking lot, but there's an area off to the side over here next to like this little portable office thing. Because there is, well, it's usually pretty dead when I'm on, but this area I'm running on right now, there's usually like trucks going back. But where that black truck is, basically next to that, or somewhere right here is usually a good spot to park it and unlock it. And then from here, to clock in and start the job, you gotta come over here where I was standing first. Let's see. Here we are. And there's a little staircase. Leads up to a door with the orange circle. So you'll go ahead and stand here. It'll have you confirm all this. You don't change anything. I know it says something in select clothes, but that's never done anything. This outfit I have, I just made and saved as my own personal outfit, and I wear it when I'm coming up here. I'm going to put in a request, see maybe we can get like a locker or something up here to change our clothes. So once you clock in, you're going to spawn in on a truck here. There's where we clocked in. Here's the truck. Tutorial kind of gives you a brief overview. So welcome to the role of a lumberjack. This job offers you the freedom to work independently at your own pace. Initially, you need to cut down trees and load the timber onto your trailer using a hydraulic crane. Control it with a remote control hooked up to the trailer. You have the option to process wood into planks, wooden chips, or sell raw logs. After you finish gathering or processing wood, you can sell your goods at various locations across the map. Please note the price of your product may vary depending on the location. I was told that processing them into wood chips is the best way to go about it and sell them. I haven't tried raw logs or anything. But go ahead and experiment. You know, raw logs, you can sell planks. So let me just, I'm not going to fill up the truck. I'm just going to give you a quick run through. So basically on your map there, lower left mini map, those green icons are the trees you can cut down. So to do that, you're just going to want to hop out of the truck. Normally I wouldn't leave it on the road there since there might be other people coming through. But we'll use this as an example. So you're going to walk up to one of these trees that is marked. And then you'll simply hit E if you're using a keyboard. I'm not sure what it is on the controller. Only use the controller to drive. And you'll let it go. It'll start the chainsaw animation. So your character will start sawing down the tree. And it'll fall over. It may be a little hard to see. I didn't even think about it. My character, usually when I hop on for some reason, it's always like nighttime when I'm like prime doing stuff. That's why I like made my birdie tag grave shift, like graveyard shift. So next thing you want to do is come over with this little controller here. It's highlighting. I press E to pick it up. And this will let you control the crane. So a little tip I was told is you don't need to get out of the truck and move around to control the crane. It's a little easier actually to hop in, especially if you're working at night like I do, as it gives you the truck light. Boom. And you can make them brighter. I hit H on the keyboard once and it turns it up. So you're going to want to kind of get close here where the logs fell. And then you can press E to initiate controls. So you'll see in the upper left there, it gives you the information. So A and D, so this is A, D, S, W, up and down. And then the rotate button just rotates the very edge of it, like it's the arrow keys. So you see it does that. I have found it doesn't need to be rotated. It's just as long as you get it kind of like over the log itself. So let's grab it. So in my case here, You're gonna want to get it over the log. Oh, and I forgot to say Q and E extend it out. So let's say like right now you're a little too short to get it, or it's being a little finicky. This case it went over it, but just to show you, if you need to reach a little further, you can hit E and it extends it out. Hit Q, it'll bring it back. So pretty good. But let's go ahead and do this. So you're going to want to position it over. It'll turn green when you're in the sweet spot. You're going to want to go ahead and do your action button. Mine says 4 if you notice in the top left, because I rebound the like shoot punch action button on my key bindings. Originally it is the left click, and that's a little troublesome because I do have to like alt tab out while I'm doing stream stuff and come back into the game, or just clicking in and out of menus and stuff. I found that I was accidentally punching people, and when you're trying to roleplay or just be normal in this game, you don't want to just be punching people. So I rebound mine to side mouse button. That's why it says 4. But you'll go ahead and hit your key for that. It'll grab the log. So as you can see here, it's in the claw. You'll want to bring it back around. And you get it positioned pretty much where the little outline is, and then you'll click again. And that'll load your truck with a log. So boom. Same thing here. So in this case, oh, okay, I thought I was going to say I might be a little too close. Sometimes you get too close. So that's the first part of the job. That's the gist of it. You can fill this up. I think it's like, I want to say 4 stacks of 4 logs. It's like 16 make one like full front pile, and then you can hold the second pile. If you want to get the max amount of money, you're going to want to go ahead and make both those piles full on the back of the truck there. And you'll see it because they line up, like I said, 4 across, and then I think they go 4 high. And there'll be a second amount in the back. When you're going to do this, you probably want to keep in mind too, it is going to take, usually for me, it takes anywhere between like 45 minutes to an hour, depending on how locked I am. It's just, having to cut all the logs down, grab them, load the truck up, and then drive. Of course, you got to keep an eye on the fuel here. In this truck, I just noticed too, it's at like 30%. So next step is, let's say you have all the logs you want to do. This is just an example, so I'm just going to go. But you're going to come up this ramp. It's like a red ramp on the side of the logging facility. And as you can see up here, there's already the outlines of where you need to go. So basically, you're going to pull up. The one that is directly behind us right now, facing horizontal, so this one right here, that's to process them into planks, as far as I understand. I normally go ahead and process them into wood chips, so I'm going to back up over here into the corner where they're facing vertical to us. You just want to kind of bring it back. Oh, come on. Boom. So back it up here, and once you get it lined up, there'll be like a little change in the prompt. I'm still holding the controller, so it's still saying you can like put it back down if you want to. I just kind of hold it. It does a little annoying thing. So once it turns green, you can hit E, and that'll open the processing menu. So basically all this does here is, let's see, looking hard at wood chipping, we can process your gathered logs into wooden chips. Each log will fill up 6.25% of your chip container. Keep in mind, sure that can accommodate up to 2 containers at a time. Once your container is full, the system will automatically stop the processing. While wooded chips might be more time consuming to produce, demand is high. Choose wisely and make the most. See. That's probably why the wood chips cost more. So you hit that, you'll just wait, it'll unload your trailer. Boom. So it even tells you on the little tutorial. So I hold the controller, even though it makes that annoying sound when you're parked there, just because you're going to use it again at the next step. So, like, I guess, try and sub yourself a step. It's up to you. It doesn't really take much more time. So you're going to want to come down this road here, and this is why I said, don't park your car around here, as these trucks or whoever's operating them are going to be coming in and out of here. Not everybody's the best driver, or, if you put your, put your car in the way, it's going to get hit. 1 of 3 containers has been filled to capacity. All logs have been processed. So this message will pop up, even though it says 3, but I know we can only get 2 at a time. Maybe if you, I'm not even sure how that works. Maybe if you like load it up or do something. But I know it's 2. So in this case here, we're going to take like a partial load of logs. Hate this corner. This is like the worst design area you have to drive into here, so just take it slow. But yeah, so they appear right here. When you got like a full load of logs, you'll see it properly like filled up. In this case here, we got 3 logs. It's just an example. So you do the same thing you do with the actual logs out there. You'll pick them up, bring it back around, drop it on the bed. And now that we have this loaded up, shoot, the camera's a little weird. Now they've got this loaded. Shoot, well, let's not do that. Go ahead and pull up your map. And as with most of the jobs, I've noticed in this game, that's already got stuff for you. So it shows you where to pick up your chips like where we're at, processing. In this case here, we want to sell wood chips. So there's 2 places. I'm assuming if you go further, it'll pay you more. That one seems to be more further out of the way. I always just go here because it's a straight shot around the coast, and then there's a couple gas stations on the way. We're at 25% fuel. So we're going to want to fuel up as well. So if you run out of fuel, of course, you got to go get a gas can, and you're on foot, or you got to call for help, and it turns into a whole thing. Depending on like when you're on, there might not even be people to come out to like a tow truck to help you with the gas. I know the city's still growing. We got lots of people flying in, but you know, time zones vary for players themselves. So yeah, you should just come along here. This turnout is also really stupid. This giant truck has no turning radius, and turning here, I've tried like getting close to this in this little sketch. But yeah, just kind of want to do the best you can. So turn out on the road. And you're just going to follow your marker. I will make a quick stop. I'll show you the gas station I like to stop at, just because it's a little more open for this big truck we get working there. There's not many options out here for like food and drink either, since there is a food and drink system. I recommend if you're coming up, bring your own stuff. You can get like grilled cheese and bottles of water, I think, from the like convenience stores at the gas stations. But it seems, I don't know the actual stats. It seems to me like they really don't restore as much as the sodas you can get at Burger Shot. The food seems to be the same, but the sodas you get at Burger Shot, those are like, for some reason, seem to restore more. Those are called, I think, Zesty Zing. That keeps them all on me. Alright, yeah, look, we've already burned down to 19% fuel. Jeez, man. Fuel just burns. We barely left the yard. 18%. And let's go. Okay. And I'm taking it slow and following the traffic lights because we do actually have like cops now in the game. So I got pulled over already once. If you want to haul ass and get paid, you know, go for that. Just watch out there. But yeah, this up on the left here is the gas station I was talking about. So come up here. Oh, yeah, we're already through in the yellow. We're good. We're good. Pull through here. Watch the cars. People just going. But yeah, usually pull in here. Hop out real quick. I gotta put the controller down. I still got it. So yeah, to put it down, you just go back to the same spot. It'll change the prompt of E to put the controller back. With the gas system, I found you don't need to select. Like if you just open this and hit confirm, and then how you want to pay, it'll automatically set you to the right gas and then get you to the amount to go full. So in this truck here, it's on the left, luckily. Press E to interact. Accidentally pick up the controller, but you know what? That's all right. And you wait a minute. So fill up the truck. Like I said, you don't want to get caught without gas. Let's put that there. And like I said, I just made this uniform. It's like the best thing you could find. There was like a high-vis vest. I got some work pants, gloves, the hard helmet. The goggles look like tactical goggles, but I didn't really find any good like safety glasses for like manual labor jobs. So you gotta make do what you can do. So give it a second. You know what? I'll actually eating through the mask. Yeah, it's about to be full right now, so we'll let this go. I'll show you the last step. We're gonna drive up to a little farm where you sell these chips. Boom. So you grab this bad boy, put it back in our truck. And let's get back on the road. There we go. Alright, cool. And it's not too much further. Like I said, I like to go to this spot because it's still, with a full load, pays pretty well. I know the prices do fluctuate, but with the amount of time it takes, like I said, 45 minutes to like an hour to get this all full loop done with the full 2 containers, I'd say it's decently fair. Some people say it's too much, but I mean, if I'm having to sit here and be by myself and do all this loading, unloading, processing for an hour, then you should pay decently well. Alright, let's go. It gives people an incentive too to do like some legit work. I always say, you know, we need people doing like shady stuff. We need people performing like EMS, law enforcement, and then we need people just out doing like regular jobs too. It's not really much of a city if everyone's just a criminal shooting each other and having gang wars. That's just GTA Online. There's still roleplay to that for sure, not to put those people down or, you know, say that's a bad thing, but you gotta have everyone like doing something to have a full city of people. That's my opinion. But yeah, let's pull up right here. So it's gonna be up ahead. There we go. Getting off that grapeseed apparently is what the sign says. Oh, so we're gonna pull on in here. And that red barn over there is where we're going. Oh. So it tells you to turn there, but I like to go this way just because if you turn through back over there, it runs you through like a little narrow area. You go right here. It's still kind of narrow, but you at least can... Let's see if I can do it right this time. Kind of pull up here. And then you can back in if you got the skills for it. So there's nothing that's appeared yet, but basically, there it is. You want to go up to the front of this barn. So you'll do the same thing we did with processing the logs. Back it in until it turns green. It'll tell you right here, 527%, 4%. So hit sell. You wait for them to unload the truck, and then all you'll do is head back to base. So it's just where we started. And when we spawn in the truck, there's going to be another orange circle on the ground that you use to clock out. So you can go back and do another run of trees and come back and sell again to make some more money, or go to another location or a different product like lumber, raw logs. If you just want to do a full run and call it there, you would go back to that circle and hit end job and you'll get paid. And I'll show you that. You know what, already this far, let's just go back. Let's see. Just watch out for this sign here. Watch this guy, come on. And then right here, it's kind of difficult to get across to with this big ass truck. There is a middle part here, so you can just kind of, if you're trying to, follow the laws the best you can in Grand Theft Auto, or Neon Palms here. It's difficult sometimes the way things are set up, but do your best there. I'm trying to roleplay. So just go back this way. So notice the gas too. We're already at like 80% gas. If I was gonna do like another full round of logs just to be able to get around the yard without worrying, I would probably stop at that gas station again. I think you would be fine without, because I mean earlier we started at like 30% and we're able to get around okay. I wouldn't risk it personally, so just on the way back hit that same gas station, pull in, pull out. It's right there. I think there's another one up here on the right as well, so it's up to you. I'm just a creature of habit, so I do the same thing. So there's another one right here too. Actually it's like right on the shoulder. So it's a little smaller. I think that's why I avoid it, just with this truck. I don't want to hit anything. Yeah, you do that, and then hit the yard again. So let's just cruise it on back. I'll show you how to clock out, get your paycheck, and then you can keep working, continue on your way, go do another job, some role playing. Up to you. Let's see. And look at the time. Okay, it's about 20 minutes on this, so it's a little bit longer. I myself still haven't like learned how to video edit. I could probably like cut down a lot of these segments and make it quicker for people. Unfortunately, I don't know how to yet, so we're just gonna have to roll with the full version. I mean, feel free to skip ahead at any part. Might do some learning and come back and maybe like re-edit it to make it a little shorter, more condensed. But at least to get this up so people can have their questions answered. I think Draven had also made a video too, so feel free to check that out. The more people we have contributing to the community of the server, the better. Get more people involved, open more jobs and opportunities for people to do things. And like I said, if you got the time to sit down and spend like 45 minutes an hour, you can make some good money and fund your cars or some of your other activities, Why not? Okay, what the... There we go. You know what, that's like lore accurate California. People like slow down to like barely moving just to make a turn. And it's like you don't need to be going 2 miles an hour to just make a right turn. You can turn at a reasonable speed. But we're almost there. Alright, you know what? I'm just gonna pass this guy up here real quick. Look at it. That's 2 lanes, right? It seems legit to me. What the hell? Damn, somebody fucked up. Those trucking dudes, somebody fucked that up. Alright, so what I usually do is this turn, and this big ass truck is kind of difficult, but I kind of pull off to there. Turn. Ooh, somebody's truck's right here. I think these spawn is like random around the yard too, which is pretty cool to like simulate people coming and going or working, but watch out. So you're just gonna want to pull straight down the main road here. Boom. Turn it, turn it. Technically there's a stop sign here. And then right here is the circle I was talking about. So if you want to clock out, call it a day, pull up over this, hit E to end working. And even with doing just that small amount of logs and taking the time to process them in chips and drive them, that was still like $9,486. So yeah, it'll add up real quick if you actually did a full run. And if you take the time to do multiple runs, it's going to fill up your bank account, dude. There is a nearby bank. I would recommend, banking that cash soon after you get it. just to prevent yourself from being robbed. I haven't seen too many people up here, but you know, you never know. Most of the people seem to have like their activities in the city, and the city's a great time, so you can go check that out. But for now, that's it. So thanks for watching. Hope this helped you out. Catch you later. Hope to see you around the city or at the lumberyard.